This is a hip and shoulder deep flexibility class suitable for beginner to intermediate students. You will need a strap, and that's it for props, a mat and some water. I like to suggest a herbal tea, something warm that you can sip if you feel thirsty. There is no music with this class, but if you like, you can play your own in the background. I hope you enjoy, and please feel free to leave a comment. Welcome to class. Take a comfortable seat and root down through the sitting bones. Lift up through the crown of your head and feel connected to your body, bringing awareness to your breath. Focus on one point with your eyes closed or open, and try to avoid any distractions. Sometimes it's nice to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, as you inhale and as you exhale. Bring the thumb to your left nostril, the left hand, and the ring finger to your right nostril, with the first and middle fingers on the third eye, between the eyebrows. Breathe in through the left nostril, blocking off the right, for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils shut. 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Block off both nostrils. 2, 3, 4. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Block off both nostrils. 2, 3, 4. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Keep going with the same pattern of 4 counts. Opening one side of the nostrils, closing in the middle, and exhaling out of the other side. Maintain a straight spine and keep the breaths long and focused. This pranayama, breathing practice, brings about a cleansing of the body, both left and right sides, the hemispheres of the brain. Finish on the left exhale and release the arm down. Take some normal, nice deep breaths. Inhale, stretch the arms above the head and move the chest over to the left. Inhale, stretch back up, and exhale over to the right. Inhale, stretch back up, exhale, change sides. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, change sides. Continue to move in this way using your breath. Lengthening one side of the body while the other side of the body contracts and engages. Start to take some head circles in one direction, leading with the chin and focusing on maintaining the sit bones on the ground, firmly rooted into the floor. Hands on the knees, and just rotating the neck in a lovely circle. Change direction. Rotate the head around, leading with the chin, keeping length in the back of the neck as you rotate. And now start to rotate the chest with your breath in and out. In as you come forward, out as you go back. Keep a deep breathing and keep the movement as fast or slow as you like. Isolating the chest, pushing forward, pushing back. Continue into the hips. Start to bring the circular movements into the hips, leaning forward, over the front of the sit bones and back. Change direction. Change direction. Move the hips in a lovely circle. Warming up the pelvis. Conclude. Come back to a seated position. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now stretch each individual finger, supporting the knuckle closest to the palm as you stretch the finger down. Try to maintain all the other fingers nice and straight and uniform while you pull down the finger, stretching from the first knuckle. Do all 10 fingers. Really appreciate this moment to fully stretch your hands. Inhale, take the arms wide. Reach your fingers as far to the edges of the room as possible so you feel space happening in the shoulder girdle, in the shoulder joints. Turn the thumb up, turn the thumb down. Internal and external rotation of the shoulder joint. Inhale, thumbs up, exhale, thumbs down. Now pat from side to side, forward and backwards, forward and backwards, forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Keep moving with strength. Change, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Crossing the palms opposite way each time. Strong shoulders, long neck, rooted sit bones. Now start to bounce the arms up and down and conclude. Stand up onto the top edge of your mat. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, stretch the arms above the head, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold and bring the hands to the floor, bend your knees. Inhale, look forward, step back to plank. Knees, chest and chin down to the floor. Inhale, pull forward to cobra, feet together, and then push back through a child's pose to down dog. Take 5 long, deep breaths here, looking towards the knees. pressing the hands equally into the floor, pressing the feet firmly down into the floor. Focus on the breath. Inhale, come up high on the toes, look towards the hands, hop forward towards the hands, look up and then fold over the legs. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Again, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Take the feet back. Plank position. Knees, chest and chin. Staying here, really feeling the shoulders pressing down, the knees pressing down, the feet pressing down. Pull forward into cobra, push up dog. Roll the shoulders back and lift the knees off the ground, pressing into the feet. Roll over the toes and find down dog. 5 long, strong breaths. Press equally into the ball mounds of the feet and equally into the palms of the hands. Inhale, come up high on the toes, hop or step forward towards the hands and forward fold over the legs. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look forward, step back to plank. Knees, chest and chin. Push forward into cobra and up dog, rolling the shoulders back, pressing through the feet, lifting the chin. Exhale, roll over the toes, down dog. 5 long, strong breaths. These sun salutations are a great way to build heat in the body and stretch all the areas required to build heat ready for deep stretching. Come up high on the toes, hop or step to the top of the mat, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, look up and stretch up. Samastitihi, or hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Utkatasana, or chair pose. Bend the knees, sweep the hands along the floor, look up at the palms, and exhale, fold forward. Jump back to plank, lower down through half a press up. Up dog, look up with the chin, roll the shoulders back. Roll over the toes, down dog. Warrior 1, step the right foot forward and then keep the back edge of the foot on the floor. The back foot is at an angle, reaching up, keeping the legs strong and long. Make sure that your front knee is not overstepping the line of your toes. Exhale, change. Frame your front foot, step back to plank, lower down through plank, and up dog. Exhale, down dog. Same on the other side. Left foot steps forward, warrior 1. Turn your back foot on an angle and reach the palms up towards the ceiling. Look up at your thumbs and ensure that your left knee is not tracking over your toes. Change. Frame your front foot, step back to plank, lower down through plank and up dog. Press through the arms, lift your knees off the ground. Down dog. 5 long, strong, deep breaths. Noticing the heat building in the body as we move through sun salutation A and B. Come up high on the toes, jump forward, inhale, look forward, exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, stretch up and look up at the palms. Utkatasana, bent knees, chair pose. Straighten the legs and stand up straight. Again, same again, sun salutation B. Make a chair pose, stretch up with the palms. Exhale, fold at the legs. Inhale, look forward and take it back to plank. Lower down, keep the elbows close to the ribs and inhale, stretch up with the chin, up dog. Exhale, roll through the feet, down dog. Step your right foot forward, inhale, try to look up at the thumbs. Strong legs, left knee completely straight, right knee not tracking over the toes. Back to plank, change, inhale, up dog, roll the shoulders back, lift the chin, exhale, down dog. Step the left foot forward, warrior 1 on the left side. Change. Frame the foot, step back to plank, lower down and inhale, stretch up through the chin, upward facing dog. Roll through the feet, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 long, strong breaths. The gaze is towards the knees or maybe the navel. Pull the belly in and press the chest down towards the thighs. Come up high on the toes, step or jump forward, look forward, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, look up at the palms with bent knees, chair pose. And bring the hands to heart center. One more time. Lift the palms up and exhale, bring them to the floor. Take a plank, lower down, pull through up dog, exhale, down dog. Warrior 1 on the right side, Virabhadrasana A, lift up through the palms, lift up through the belly. Strong long legs. Exhale, change through plank, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. Step the left foot forward, inhale, lift up. And change. Step that foot back, lower down through plank, inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. 5 long, strong breaths. It's good to know that if you ever find any of these movements too much and you need a break, just come into child's pose, take your breath, nice and equal and strong, calm your nervous system, and then just join back in, continue. Give yourself some time to adjust. Knees down, child's pose. Come up onto your shins. Take a deep breath in and just take a moment to bring yourself back to a calm state. If you've built a lot of heat in the body, have some time to calm the mind. Next, we will practice 3 lion's breaths.
Lion's breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, stick out your tongue, make a sound and look up with the eyes, all at the same time. Inhale, exhale, a stretch for the face. Last one. Very nice. Come into a tabletop position. Start to work your way through cat and cow. Protract the shoulders as you pull the belly in and look towards the navel. And then as you inhale, lift the chin and drop the chest down towards the floor. Exhale, round your spine, pubic bone to forehead. Inhale, chest down, chin up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And start to make some circular motions with the spine, ensuring that you're going right to the side, moving the head in a natural way. Change direction. Now roll the shoulders, keeping the spine as steady as you can as you take circular motions with the shoulders, moving the scapulars, the shoulder blades, up, down and back, forward, up, down and back. Take a few rotations in one direction and change. Rotate the shoulders in the opposite direction. Maximum movement. Inhale, lift the left arm up, look up at the thumb. Exhale, thread the left arm through the gap, look towards your right thumb. Lift the right arm up in the air and look up towards your right thumb. Maybe you want to turn the thumb down, reach behind your back for your inner thigh. This is optional. Deep breathing. Inhale, stretch the right arm up and change sides. Lift the right arm up. Look up at the thumb. Thread the right arm through the gap and bring the left arm up. Turn the left thumb down and maybe swim the arm behind the back to find your thigh. Deep breathing. Take that arm up and change. Repeat again. Left arm goes up. Right arm behind the back. Inhale, lift and change sides. Lift the left arm up, thread it through the gap. Lift the right arm up, thread it through the gap, and bring the left arm behind your back. Change. Bring the hands out in front of you and press the chest down towards the floor for puppy pose. You can rest your forehead or your chin on the ground. If you feel like you need more, you can come up onto the fingertips or just stay and breathe deeply. Widening the shoulder blades on the back and pushing the armpits down towards the floor. Lifting up the belly, the sit bones high, the breath relaxed. Slowly bring your hips towards your heels and rest. Taking full breaths up to the collarbones and down through the back of the body. Bring yourself up to a seated position. Take your strap. Start rotating the shoulders by keeping the strap a comfortable distance. Try not to bend the elbows. Keep the elbows straight. If you find it difficult, you can make the strap longer, so just take a wider grip. Really focus on the sensation that you feel in the shoulders. Maybe close your eyes and send your breath to where you feel the most tension, allowing to create space and relaxation in the areas of tightness. Inhale, stretch over your head. Exhale, bring it back to the front. Inhale, stretch over the head. Exhale, back over towards the front. Keep going for around 10 to 15 repetitions, slowly and controlled. Remove the strap. Stretch your neck, ear to shoulder. Take the hand over the head and walk the opposite fingers onto the ground, pressing down with the fingertips. The further you walk your hand along the floor away from your body, the more deeper and intense the stretch will become. Now look down towards your hip and gently put some pressure on the back of your head. Change sides, ear to shoulder. Walk the fingertips away from the body along the floor. Now look down towards the hip. A gentle pressure with the hand on the back of the head. Next, sit down on your hips and then lower yourself back so that you're resting on your forearms. Pull the hips away from the shoulders and turn the shoulders down towards the hips, an internal rotation of the shoulder joint. Lean back with the head and stretch the chin. Take the left leg out, bend the right, and kick with a lovely straight knee. 2. Keep your knee straight. 3. 4. Point the toe. 5. Lift your chin. 6. 7. 8. 9 and 10. Change sides. 1, 2. Keep your knee straight. 3, 4. Point the toe. 5. Lift your chin. 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Make a diamond shape with the knees and straighten the legs. Use the outsides of the glutes to pull the legs down and close for 1. Open 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep straightening those knees. 7. Point the toes. 8. Widen the straddle as much as you can. 9 and 10. Hold. Lay your chest down and bring your hands just below the knees on the calves. Start to use your glutes and the outsides of your legs to bounce your legs down towards the ground. And hold. Grab your heels through a diamond, bend the knees, grab your heels and pull the heels down into happy baby, a 90-degree angle at the knee joint. You can rock from side to side to decompress the spine. Rock and roll, hands behind the hamstrings, forward and backwards, rocking and rolling with the breath, breathing in and out, in and out a few times to massage the spine. Roll onto your knees so you're in a Malasana yogi squat. Stand up, squat down, roll back, squat, stand up, sit down, roll back, stand up, sit down. These are very good leg strengtheners and brings about body awareness through dynamic movement. Well done. Stand firm at the end of the mat. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take a step back so that your legs are wide apart and you're standing in a straddle position. Bend through the knees with turned out toes and try to have the knees in line with the heels. Plie squats. Try to bring the hips in line with the knees, the arms out straight. Lock the elbows, push forward with the fingers. Keep the chin in line with the floor. Keep going, squatting down and up using the strength in the legs and the glutes. Hold. Open the arms into a cactus position and hold, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Change. Bring the middle toes forward, reach up and hinge from the hips. Bring the hands down, squat firmly and stand up with a circular motion with the arms. Lean forward, hinge from the hips, squat down, inhale, stretch up. Hinge from the hips, squat down and stretch up. Continue this pathway, moving with your breath, stretching the hamstrings. Change direction. Squat down, strengthen the legs, halfway hinge and stand up. Squat down, straighten legs, halfway hinge and stand up. Continue this movement in this direction, warming up the hamstrings. Stand to the top of the mat. Bringing one leg into the inner thigh, tree pose, balancing posture. Straighten the left knee. The standing leg must be completely straight. Try not to bend or wobble. If you fall out, just come straight back in. Notice where the weight is on your standing leg and make sure that all the ball mound of the foot and the heel are pressing firmly into the floor. You can bring your hands to heart center or out to your side like branches of a tree. Bring your bent leg forward and try to take the first two fingers around the big toe, thumb on top of the big toe. Straighten the leg as much as possible and bring it out to the side, maintaining the two hip points in the same direction. Try not to lift up the hip. Stretch up as much as you can with that leg and maybe bend the elbow, pulling the leg tighter in towards the body. Look over the opposite shoulder and maintain balance on the standing leg. Breathe deeply. Look at one point of focus. Change. Bring the leg back to the center. Release the hand and slowly lower the leg. Repeat on the other side. If you find this tricky, you can use a strap. So, tree pose. You can bring your hands to the waist, out to the side, or in the center of the chest in a prayer position. Now, either wrap your strap around your foot, just putting the ball mound on the strap and kicking forward. Keep the hip down and lift the leg as much as possible using the strength of the hip flexor. If your balance is steady, you can turn your chin. Deep, strong, equanimous breaths, pressing down through the ball mound into the floor, the heel as well. The whole foot reaching down into the ground. Bring it back to the middle and release. You can release your strap. Sit down on your mat and lay down on your back. Feel your heels next to your hip with your fingertips. Make sure your whole spine is flat on the floor, and then start to curl up through a hip thrust, starting with your lower back, then your upper back. Then maybe you can take your arms over your head. Roll down through the upper back, middle back and lower back, and repeat. With the breath, lifting up with the hips, pressing through the heels of the feet. And exhale, rolling down the spine. Making these movements slow and controlled, isolating the glutes, stretching the quads, and engaging the abs. Keep moving through this motion, warming up the glutes in a hip thrust exercise. Stop at the top and raise the heels. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, maintaining the squeeze of the glutes, lifting up the pelvis. Change. Bring the hips down onto the ground. Rock the knees from side to side, and then choose a side and relax down with a twist in the spine. Take the outside knee over the inside knee so you have an external rotation in one leg and an internal rotation with the other. The foot will fit perfectly over the thigh just above the knee, where you can pull down, creating a nice stretch in the hip. Lift the glutes, squeeze through the glutes so that you can have an extension in the hip. Change sides. Take the knees over to the other side and pull the knee down towards the floor using the opposite foot. Keeping both shoulders on the floor, the neck relaxed, the spine is twisting, and the hip is extending. Change. Bring yourself back up to a seated position and tuck the left leg next to the hip. So you're in an internal rotation on the left leg. Tuck the hips under and find a quad stretch. Place the hips back down on the ground, elbows down, just like the position we did before, and relax Breathe deeply into the quad stretch. You can rest your head back or leave it facing forward. Slowly release. Take the leg out and simply change sides. Send your breath to where you feel the sensation. Try to stay calm and restful. A slight engagement of the glutes to lift the hip as you stretch the quad in the right leg. Change. Slowly bring yourself out of the position and stretch out the legs through a down dog position. Step the left foot forward on the outside of the left hand and bring the right knee down towards the floor. Keep your toes tucked and bend your right leg. Feel the stretch in the quad. Maybe you can reach back with the left arm to catch the right foot and slowly pull it towards your glute. If this is too much for you, then you can just stay with both hands on the ground and the right leg bent, pressing both hips down towards the floor. Engaging the abs and keeping the spine as straight as possible. Breathe deeply into the sensation. Change. Heel toe the foot across to the right side of the mat and sit down in your pigeon stretch. Make sure your middle toes of your back leg are facing directly behind you and not sickling out to the side. You can bring your elbows down and breathe deeply into the piriformis stretch on the left leg. Change. Bend your right leg, Reach back with your right arm and see if you can grab your foot from the inside. Turn your fingers towards your hip and reach your elbow up. If this is too intense, you can just bend your back knee and hold there. Otherwise, pull your foot down towards the ground, relaxing the quadricep muscle. Change. Step yourself into a long runner's lunge. Push back and stretch the hamstring and the hip. Back and forth, back and forward, until you feel ready to slide into your splits. Try and sit in your splits for at least 5 breaths, lifting the toes up in the front foot and pressing through the back foot firmly. Try to keep the hips as square as possible and lower down equally into the pelvis. Change. Step back through a plank, a down dog, and we will do the same on the other side. Step the right foot forward on the outside of the right hand. Bring the left knee down and find a lunge position. Reach the right hand back to find the left foot, or just keep the left foot bent whilst both hands maintain on the floor. Breathe deeply. Try to maintain a straight spine. And change. Heel toe your right foot over to the left edge of the mat and lower down onto your forearms. Make sure that your left toes in the hind foot are pointing directly behind you. Breathe deeply and try to maintain a straight spine. Change. Bend your left leg and reach behind you, trying to find the inside of the foot. Rotate your fingers towards the front and lift the elbow up. Push down into the top of the foot and feel the deep stretch in the quadriceps. Breathe deeply and notice the sensations that you feel. Change. Step back through plank and take a down dog. Change. Come into a runner's lunge with the left leg forward. Come into a runner's lunge with the right leg forward. Move forward and backwards through the hips, stretching equally on both sides, keeping the spine as straight as possible. When you're ready, you can slide your front foot forward into splits. Untuck the back toes. And maintain square hips for 5 long, deep breaths. Change. Bend through the left leg and take it back to a down dog. Bring the knees down and take a child's pose. To end our class, we'll take Shavasana. Shavasana, laying down on our back, allows us to give time to integrate these postures and stretches, the newfound flexibility, calm the nervous system, and fully relax the body. A recovery position. Open the mind, try not to get distracted, and focus on your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in through the soles of the feet, past the knees, the hips, the chest, right up to the collarbones. Exhale down past the chest, the hips, the knees, and the feet. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed class. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, and I'll see you again next time. Namaste.